By some miracle, their pick for chairman was not the biggest disaster yesterday. Their picks for vice chairs were somehow even worse. What is up, people of the internet? It is me, Real American, back in with a new video, and I hope everyone is having a great day. I'm having a great day myself, and before we get into it, don't forget to like, subscribe, share with your friends, and of course, join the channel today. These are all great ways to support the daily content, but enough of the promotional stuff, let us get into it, because it appears that the Democrat Party has learned absolutely nothing from this prior November, and I know I made a whole video on the same subject just yesterday, and that's because yesterday the Democrat Party, they elected a brand new chairman, and to say the guy's a joke would be an understatement. Like, is he better than Jamie Harrison? Yeah, but the guy they elected, Ken Martin, is a complete disaster, and he's a slight upgrade, but that's not really saying much. But I thought that was it for yesterday. I thought, okay, the Democrat Party, they picked their chairperson, and that's it. Well, I did not realize that, oh wait, they were also electing their vice chairs, and they're elected a couple other positions, and by some miracle, their pick for chairman was not the biggest disaster yesterday. Their picks for vice chairs were somehow even worse. Look at this. The Democrat Party has 3 new vice chairs, and all 3 of them are complete disasters. They elected Artie Blanco, they elected Malcolm Kenyatta, and David Hogg. And I guarantee you, a good chunk of you know who a couple of these people are, especially David Hogg, which we'll get to in a second, but this is real. This is not a parody. This is a real thing. The Democrat Party could have picked anyone to be their vice chairs, but they thought to themselves, you know what? Let's pick these 3 bozos to be our vice chairs, which I'm not really surprised about, because look at this. During this whole process, during the election for leadership positions, they stopped their elections because there hasn't been enough non-binary people elected. That's not a joke. They stopped their leadership election because someone in the crowd was complaining about, oh, there hasn't been enough non-binary people elected into leadership. Yeah, so they forced a vote where basically it had to pick a non-binary person or whatever. It's like, what the hell? This is a real thing. They're complaining about this, and they wonder why they got crushed in 2024, and they wonder why their favorability numbers are like negative 50%. Like 23% of Americans have a good opinion of the Democrat Party or whatever. It's not good. They wonder why they're having these problems. And of course they're blaming racism and all that, but no, the reality is they're so out of touch that even during their own leadership elections, they have crap like this. But enough of that. We gotta talk about who the Democrats actually elected, because my goodness, I thought Ken Martin was as bad as we could get for Dems. I thought there was no way they were actually going to pick Kenyatta and David Hogg, but nope. They thought to themselves, yeah, those 2 especially are qualified. Now, I don't know enough about Artie Blanco. From what I've heard, she's not that competent either, but compared to the other 2, she might be the most competent person. Now, for those that don't know, Malcolm Kenyatta is, I believe he was a former legislator in Pennsylvania, and there's really only one image that could really demonstrate why this pick is a bad one. This right here. In 2024, Malcolm Kenyatta ran for Auditor General of Pennsylvania, and he got crushed. He lost by like 5.5%. It was a blowout. I mean, he underperformed Harris in Pennsylvania by like 3 to 4 points. Yeah. So the Democrat Party looked at this and said, hey, this is a real good pick. This should be our vice chair. He did awful in 2024. But let's be honest. There's only one reason that the Democrat Party picked Malcolm Kenyatta to be their vice chair. Really only one reason. It's because He is black and gay. I am not even joking. That's the main reasoning that he got elected. Not because of skill, not because of qualification, but because he checks the right boxes off. And the Democrat Party wonders why no one likes him anymore. It's because of crap like this. People don't like this. They don't like the Democrat Party picking people, not because of skill, but because of bullshit like this. But by some miracle, Malcolm Kenyatta is not the worst pick of yesterday. I know that's a very shocking thing to say, but David Hogg, the other person that got elected, which, let's be honest, with how it worked, the only reason he got the vice chair position was because he was effectively the last person standing. There was no one else running. So it's like, yeah, he technically got the last position because there wasn't anyone else really running that had any chance of winning. So David Hogg, for those that don't know, might be one of the most incompetent people to be in any leadership position anywhere. This guy is just utterly incompetent. There's no other way to put it. This guy's incompetent. He's out of touch. He has no clue what the hell he's talking about. But the Democrat Party thought, you know what? Let's elect him. Let's put him as a vice chair of the Democrat Party. And just to demonstrate how incompetent and out of touch this guy is, look at this. This was a real tweet back in November, all right? November 16th, 2024. It was after Republicans flipped the Alaska House seat, okay? It was after the ranked choice voting stuff, and Mary Patola, the Democrat, she lost, okay? She barely lost, you know, Harris lost the state by 20 points or whatever, and she lost by like 2 or 3. Now, everyone with a brain understands, oh wait, Alaska is a very pro-gun state. And even Mary Patola, she was relatively speaking pro-gun. She had to be. If she wanted to win re-election, she had to be pro-gun. Well, David Hogg, who has an IQ below 20, I guarantee you, he has an IQ below 20, he believes the reason she lost Alaska was not because of anything else except for gun control. Turns out being weak on gun control doesn't save you. Patola was awful on gun control. Good riddance. Yeah, he is mad that the only Democrat that could win Alaska in the year 2024, she was too pro-gun. And he claims that's the reason she lost. What? Mary Patola, the only reason she nearly won in 2024 and she won in 22 was because she was semi-moderate on stuff like guns. And she was running in Alaska, one of the most pro-gun states out there. But this guy is a gun-grabbing radical. He is, even to most Democrats, he's an extreme on guns. Which, again, everyone who doesn't know who David Hogg is, look it up. You can probably guess why he's an extremist on guns. But guess what? The average voter is against gun control measures like this. They support the right to bear arms. They support the Second Amendment. I mean, this idea that, oh, 95% of Americans support gun control is bullshit. But this dumbass really blamed her defeat not on anything else, not on immigration, not on energy, but on gun control in one of the most pro-gun states in the country? A state that's probably like, what, 95% pro-gun? What? This is the vice chair of the Democrat Party? But by some miracle, it gets even worse. Look at this. These are real tweets. All right? This is to demonstrate to people how out of touch he really is. He has posted abolish ICE, defund the police, the NRA, this is a real thing he said, needs to be declared a terrorist organization for the role their supporters played in staging an insurrectionist coup. Yeah, he wants to designate the NRA as a terrorist organization. If this election is a matchup between Taylor Swift and Ted Nugent, I think it's safe to say I've seen enough. Biden wins the 2024 election. Yeah, this guy has awful political instincts, is completely out of touch, but the Democrat Party thought to themselves, you know what? This guy right here is the best pick. Now, most of you might be asking yourselves, why the hell did Democrats pick this guy? This guy is one of the most incompetent people out there. Why did they pick him? Well, because the Democrat Party, they kind of realized that, oh wait, they have a problem with young men. Young men are swinging heavy to the right. And they've realized, kind of, that they need to fix that. So they thought to themselves, let's pick David Hogg, who's a young male. Well, guess what? Just because he's a young guy does not mean he's gonna magically fix the problems Democrats have with young voters. In fact, you could argue their problems with young men and even young women might amplify. Yeah, this is another tweet that he has posted, and this was back in September of last year. Alright? And you read this tweet, and at first it sounds kind of, common sense, like, okay, if we lose in November, it's because a bunch of young men are no longer Dems. So okay, he kind of understands that, alright, young men are shifting heavy to the right. They are trending towards Trump, and that's a big reason he won in November. And he's kind of right for a little bit, saying that, okay, a lot of this was because of COVID, which is part of the reasoning, though. There's many other reasons why young people are shifting to the right, but okay, you could argue COVID was a start. But then he says it's because of misogyny on social media. What? Wait, what? Young men are shifting right because of misogyny on social media? Huh? Wait, what? So you're telling me that young men, and even young women, a bunch of young women, they shifted like 30 points Republican also, but you're telling me that young voters, they're shifting right because of misogyny on social media? What? I mean, this is insane that this is real. I mean, the real reason young people are shifting right, it's not because of misogyny. It's because Donald Trump offered something different. He offered actual solutions. He knew what people gave a shit about. Meanwhile, the Democrat Party in 2024, what did they talk about? Did that actually matter to young people? They talked about abortion. Congratulations, even young people. The only young voter that cares about abortion are young Democrats. So who freaking cares? It's like, congratulations, you got your core voters voting, but they're already gonna vote. So while Trump talked about the economy, immigration, foreign policy, the Democrat Party, they talked about worthless crap like abortion, and they called anyone they disagree with a racist, a sexist, whatever. They called them everything. And that's the biggest reason Trump did so good with young people, and why even to this day, it's clear based on voter registration that young voters are shifting heavy to the right. And it just makes sense because, let's be honest here, the Zoomer generation have gotten shafted the last 20 to 25 years. I mean, can anyone name a positive period in the last 25 years for young people? Outside of 2018 and 2019, I really can't. Because the last 25 years have been plagued by war, economic turmoil, just crap. That's just awful for the young generation. They can't get ahead in life now. But Trump is the first person offering real change. And everyone knows, oh wait, back in 2018, back in 2019, right before COVID, this economy was booming. It was actually good. People had a hopeful future. Compare that with Obama, Biden, and even Bush. I mean, outside of Trump, every president in the 21st century has been a colossal disaster. None of them have been good. None of them have brought a hopeful future. Even Obama, who ran as a change candidate, did nothing. He did nothing to bring actual change. That's the biggest reason Trump did so good with young people. But this is the Democrat Party. The Democrat Party, they elected David Hogg, which means they agree with them. They agree with him that it's because of misogyny, that young people are shifting right. These idiots have learned nothing. Young people are not shifting right because of misogyny. That's bullshit. It is unbelievable that despite everything that's happened, they've learned nothing. The fact is, the Democrat Party, they're in deep trouble. They are in deep, deep, deep trouble. If these are their vice chairs, I mean, you can go even further. Like, every position they elected yesterday was a colossal failure. Every pick was a joke. It's like, what are you guys doing? Are you guys just giving up? Are you guys thinking this is a good idea? I mean, I swear, if Democrats run on gun control in 2026, that just demonstrates that they've learned nothing. That's what's going to probably happen. They're going to run on, Americans love gun control. Ignore the economy. Ignore immigration. We're talking about gun control, an issue that no one gives a shit about. But anyways, folks, thank you so much for watching. If you guys did enjoy, smash the like button down below, subscribe, share with your friends, hit that little bell, and of course, join the channel today. Godspeed to all of you.